Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. It's time for Shreveport Mudbugs hockey as they have this afternoon tilt to complete this two-game series against the Oklahoma Warriors. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chet Yoder, and this is the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram and Fiat pregame show. And today the Mudbugs have a chance to go for the sweep and build off a nice win they were able to get last night by a final score of 4-2. What an effort from Joe Simango. He had a pair of goals. Big night for Duke Earhart. He was 1 goal and 2 assists. 3-point night for him. Boy, that line was cooking. The Bugs outshot the Warriors 26-21. They were able to do so many things well. Tyler Hodges, calm, cool, collective. He made 19 stops. He's back in the saddle this afternoon for the conclusion of this two-game series. A look into the South Division standings. Looking at Lone Star, boy, they never lose. They're in top first place, 12-2-2. They're at 27 points. The Rhinos in second at 23 points, who the Mudbugs will see next week. The Ice Wolves in third at 22 points. Odessa in fourth at 20 points. The Wranglers in fifth place at 19 points. Then you have Oklahoma and Shreveport 6-7, respectfully at 18 points. And Corpus Christi's lost their last 3. They are stuck at 13 points. We'll talk to Mudbugs head coach Jason Soupy Gamble, get his thoughts on last night's game and this afternoon's tilt after these messages. It's the Bugs and the Warriors, the conclusion of this two-game series on a Saturday afternoon special. You're listening to the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram and Fiat pregame show, and this is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. Whoa. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine. Whoa.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Hey, this is Chet Yoder, voice of the Mudbugs. DeFada and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services has been conducting professional private investigations for over 20 years. They offer a full range of services to both individuals and businesses. Whether you need an investigator for a personal matter like a child custody case or you suspect an internal theft problem with your business, DeFada and Associates has the experience, training, and knowledge to get you the information you need. Call Jerry today at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case or visit them online at defadapi.com.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram and Fiat pregame show. The finale of this two-game series between the Mudbugs and the Oklahoma Warriors. It's one of your favorites, Coach. It's an afternoon tilt. You like these. A lot of people don't. But it's always nice when you're coming off a victory, and you were able to do that by the hands of a 4-2 victory. Joe Simango, nice role for him now. He had a pair of goals. He's got 3 in his last 2 games, and it felt like a pretty nice effort from your team.
Yeah, I thought as far as our goals went, we were pretty poised with the puck and really took that quick second to see where we wanted to put it and put it there with some authority. So it was nice to see the puck actually go off a post and in too instead of posting out. So, but again, the guys have been working hard. They've been trying to earn that bounce, and we got it last night.
And then when you get 2 goals in 6 seconds, what is the message to your team? Hey guys, let's not get too high, not get too low. Is it just one of those kind of cliche moments when you get 2, you got the crowd behind you, but you want to keep that foot on the gas pedal?
Yeah, like really lately, the last few games, I think it is, we've scored fairly early in the first period, and then to turn around and get another quick one, after the first one was just like, boys, we've been here before, let's not get this early one and then not put another one in for for maybe the rest of the game, even though we were having chances, and then they went out there and buried another one. But the message is still the same. Okay, we've been here before. We just need to remember the game plan, stick to it, and don't get all excited, and start doing your own thing. Keep playing as a team, and hopefully the rest of the way it'll work out for us.
On the Morrison DeWitt injury report, Chase Sakrinsky suffered an upper body injury. Can you kind of give us any kind of update on that?
Yeah, it's really day to day right now because of the quick turnaround. I haven't even seen him yet this morning, so we'll just see how it goes. But again, we've got some healthy bodies that can play, and everybody's been doing a great job since they've been back in town. So next man up type thing right now.
Can you give us an update on Ryan Barrett? I heard the news was promising with his lower body injury.
Yeah, he's recovering really, really well, like to the tune of 2 months ahead of schedule. So we're really, really excited about that. Just obviously he's a good player, but he's a great teammate. And when you suffer an injury like that, where you think you might be done for the season, to find out you might even be here to play more than half the games, it's a pretty amazing turnaround. But that's all him. He's in great shape. His legs are strong and all that kind of stuff. So he, I think that all helps in the recovery process, and he's done a great job with it so far.
I asked you, who were you thinking about going back with, in net for today, and you were thinking Hodges last night. You're going to go back to him today. Was that the plan, given maybe how the workload kind of, I guess you can fell? I mean, it fell into your favor where you could go back to back. We only faced around 21 shots.
Yeah, a little different because in Odessa he did face quite a bit of shots, yes. But I thought he played really well, or we thought he played really well. So we decided let's let him go. Let's let him go. Last night didn't have as many shots. The workload wasn't as heavy, so yes, that does kind of play into it. But again, I just felt like he was pretty solid, even in made a couple acrobatic saves, but for the most part seemed pretty poised in there, and we're gonna let him roll with it again.
Talk about what this Oklahoma team does well and something you want to see more from your team today.
I just think they make something out of nothing all the time. They can be deep in their zone. Next thing you know, they're flying at our blue line and driving the net, and they're really good at utilizing their speed and taking our D wide or whoever wide. They're good at moving the puck cross ice and hitting guys in stride, and then they're also good in zone and finding their guys away from the puck on the weak side of the net or coming down the gut of the ice. So we got to make sure we're protecting in between the dots, and we're aware of their speed coming up the ice away from the puck, and making sure we're taking care of the house in our D zone.
Coach, thanks for the time and good luck today.
Thank you, Chet Yoder.
We'll have more after these messages here on the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram and Fiat pregame show. This is Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata & Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata & Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Back into George's Pond in Hirsch Coliseum on this Saturday afternoon. It's time for the Whataburger starting lineups. Whataburger, just like you like it. First for the Oklahoma Warriors, head coach by Mick Berge. The assistant coach is Nick Leopold. At left wing will be number 3, Kyle Sorensen. At center will be number 16, A.J. Ewinski. And on the right wing will be number 18, Ronnie Wade. Defensively for the Warriors, it'll be number 5, Nathan De Silva. And number 2, Joseph Luger. And making the start in nets will be number 33, Adam Kimbrell. Your Whataburger starting lineups for the Shreveport Mudbugs. Head coached by Jason Soupy Campbell in his 8th season as the bench boss. The assistant coach is Brett Smith. The honorary assistant is Chris Lane. And the goaltending coach is Rich Perron. At left wing will be number 12, Duke Earhart. At center will be number 15, the captain, Jonah Jasser. And on the right wing will be number 36, Joseph Semengo. Defensively for the Bugs, it'll be number 2, Mitchell Reed, and number 3, Evan Adams. Making the start in nets will be number 31, Tyler Hodges. Those are your Whataburger starting lineups. Whataburger, just like you like it. Mudbugs hockey today is brought to you by Fireplace Specialties. Fireplaces, gas logs, glass doors, wood stoves, inserts, mantles, and grills. They got it all. They're located at 8500 Box Road in Shreveport, or by logging on to fireplacespecialties.net. Mudbugs Hockey Today is brought to you by Down Home Meat Sausage. Serving the good folks of Stonewall, Louisiana for over 40 years. We're dedicated to creating sausage the way it was made 100 years ago, focusing on 4 main ingredients and natural casings to give you the very best old school smoked flavored sausage. Mudbugs Hockey Today is brought to you by Porters, delivering the difference for Mudbugs Hockey, locally owned and operated for over 50 years, providing floor mats, uniforms, and facility services for your company. We'll take one last break. The Bugs and the Warriors making their way out onto the ice. It's the finale of this 2-game series. This is a Saturday afternoon tilt, and you're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. The Mudbugs out onto the ice. The Warriors are on the ice. The Warriors in their orange and black jerseys. The Mudbugs in their red and whites. Mudbug players skating out with youth hockey players. Nice moment there for all those youngsters. Now we ask you, please rise wherever you may be for tonight's national anthem. The very lovely Ashlyn Taylor serenades us with a nice rendition of the national anthem. The day game following a night game, always tricky, really, for both teams. Mudbugs back at home next weekend. It'll be our Wicked theme night on Friday. So from the Wicked movie that's coming out later that weekend, next weekend, we'll have a Wicked theme night. And then we'll have our annual teddy bear toss night, the earliest the Mudbugs have done a teddy bear toss this season. That'll be next Saturday. Get your tickets by giving us a call at 318-636-7094 or by logging on to mudbugshockey.com. Mudbugs Hockey Day brought to you by the Louisiana Association of the Blind. And we want to let you know that the LAB produces copy paper. If your business or organization needs copy paper or other office supplies, visit lablind.com to order yours today. There's free delivery within 100 miles. Help the Louisiana Association of the Blind help those with vision impairments live an independent life. Visit lablind.com and order your copy paper and supplies today. Mudbugs skate from left to right. The puck is dropped. It's won there by Oklahoma. And they'll go ahead and ladle it in. Along into the near half wall. Samango spins it back to Reed to grab. Now up off the near side boards. Bumped off the puck there was Samango, but the loose change now gathered in there by Adams. Adams has it playing in front of his mom, or his dad rather, and uncle. Of course, his cousin's on the other team. It's Ronnie Wade, who started today as well. Now Oklahoma has it along to the right side. They'll gallop up that right side. That is Ronnie Wade, and he'll just go ahead and ring it in. Played up off the near side half wall to the right of Hodges. Puck now just jumped back out to center there by Hoagland. Gets it onto the stick of Stock. Stock all alone. Backhander. He scores! Stock got underneath the D. And he went to the backhand, and he beats Kimbrell. And the Mudbugs jump out to the early 1-0 lead, just 48 seconds in. What a start to this baby. And it's Stock with his second goal of the series. Boy, how big could it be if they can get the young man from the Berg going? Goal number 5 on the season for number 16. They have Stock up there with Hoagland and Jeremiah Roberts. Of course, the Morrison DeWitt injury lawyers report has grown a bit. Ryan Barrett out with the lower body injury that we know, and we expect to have him back in January, but 2 more got hurt last night. Chase Sakrinsky out with an upper body injury, and then Carter McKay was a late injury that they didn't know if he could play or not. It's another upper body injury for him as well. So Mudbugs without McKay and Sakrinsky, and that's why you see Stock up there with Hoagland. 1-0 lead for the Bugs. Now play it around to the right side. Galloping across here is Lickness. Throws one toward the net. It gets blocked and gloved down there by Hodges. Didn't want to take any chances with that bounce, so he gloves it down. And we got a stoppage of play. Big hello to the Hodges family. Tune in tonight from Ontario. Glad to have him with us. A $1:09 gone by here in the opening period, which is brought to you by Advanced Air Conditioning and Heating, offering installations, repairs, and maintenances for homes and businesses in the area. Log on to advancedac.com. Face-off won there by Oklahoma. They have it now. Far circle shot. That one deflects out of play for a break in the action. .116 gone by here in the opening period. Face off, one there. Oklahoma tried to put one on net from the high slot. That was from Kelly. It got blocked. Now, nudged up ahead. Stock over to Roberts. Back to Stock, and he got his stick tied up. Big hello to the Stock family. Tuned in today from the Berg. And I've heard that the lovely ladies of the Stock family will be gracing us with their presence next weekend. They said they would like to meet the Mudbugs broadcaster. I don't know why, but I'll make it short to keep the pain lasting any longer than it needs to be. Up off the stick of Tremblay. Spun around, Cable has it to the near side there to Lickness. Lickness tried to send it in deep, intercepted there by Campbell. Campbell in the lineup after McKay's injury sent him out of the lineup. So one of those late additions and a good opportunity here for Campbell. Now taken back out. Oklahoma will lug it back out. Along to the left side, here's De Silva. Oh, boy, Parichka couldn't eat it up. Now DeRosa behind the Bucks net. Tough angle shot, he scores. Oh, boy, that's one Hodges wants back. That one hit off, I believe, his blocker. Product tucked into the armpit. And Oklahoma gets a goal. It's Joey DeRosa's from the far corner, and we're all even 1-1. Boy, a goal scorer's type of goal. That was kind of those Willie Tremblay-like type of goals. Tough angle from the far corner. I don't want to make any excuses, but sometimes those afternoon games can be a little shaky. Just to kind of get things settled down, and nobody harder on himself than Hodges is. We're all even 1-1. As the puck now wristed in deep into the near corner. 1-1 game. Jasser to the far corner there to Reed. Reed battles for it. Wade tried to center somebody. Now to the right point. Shot toward the net. Save made there by Hodges. He'll hold on to it. Little bit of a headlock. Reed's in there. Doesn't feel like chit-chatting right now. I really like Mitchell Reed. He's just one of those great characters in the clubhouse. And makes a big difference to a team's unity. It's just a testament to his personality and his hard work. Big hello to the Reed family tuning in tonight from Ohio. I'm going to keep saying tonight, you got to buzz me this afternoon. Face-off one there by Oklahoma. Shot toward the net. They score from the top of the right wing circle. And, boy, that's one Hodges wants back. And Perrin's getting loose. I think Coach Soupy's seen enough. There it is. Hodges is done for the day. And it comes 2:57 in. Wow. I believe the goal was scored by Mason Wright, the former Mudbug. And, boy, that's got to feel good for him from the top of the right wing circle. Hodges disgusted at himself. And it's very reminiscent to a game where the Mudbugs had to pull Simo Bushler really early against El Paso. And El Paso, if you remember that game, he gave up 2 goals early in the first 5 minutes. They pulled him. It was the best thing yet for him because he was able to start the next game, and he really made a deep playoff run that time. So So Alexandra Perrin in the game. Shot toward the net. Save made. Oklahoma 2, Shreveport 1. A very early goaltending change for Coach Soupy. Along to the far corner. Now Stock. Far side there to Roberts. Roberts gets boxed out. And now Oklahoma will flag it down and throw it up the middle. Now top of the right wing circle. That one deflects wide. On a hot shot there by Iwinski. So 3 goals in the early goings. And 2 of the last 2 scored by Oklahoma leads to the dismissal of Hodges. Wolf Talby toward the net. Right pad save made there by Kimbrell. And let me put this in perspective. Coach Soupy does not like to make goaltending changes at all in a game. But these last couple of years, he's had more of a quicker hook. Up through the middle. Kish now to the far side. Kish on to the near side there to Perrant. William Francisco Perrant. No relation, of course, to Richie or Rich or Ryan. All former Mudbugs. One current goaltending coach. Now into the near half wall. Taken away there by Greiner. So just 3 minutes into the game, it's Perrin's turn in net. Now through the middle. To the left side there to Perrant. Campbell cuts it off. So the Mudbugs score early, and then Oklahoma comes back with 2 unanswered. Here's Case to the near side there to Campbell. They'll wrist it in. And Kimbrell wants to cover it up, and he will. 5 minutes gone by here in the opening period. And for Perrin, this is very tricky. He's just trying to get warmed up here. Could not even get his seat wet, or warm rather, on the bench. Face-off one there by the Bucks. Shot toward the net. Save made there by Kimbrell on a shot there by Perichka. That one wristed wide into the near corner. Chopped at. Adams holds the zone, and he'll just go ahead and slice it in down low behind the Oklahoma net. Oklahoma 2, Shreveport 1. And the puck lunged at, taken away by Adams. Shot toward the net. That goes wide of the short side. And now far side played back out to center. Adams has it, and Adams will angle it in. To the near side, misses Burleson, goes to the far corner there to Lickness. Held in there, left point, Reed. He'll just go ahead and scissor it in. Now played up off the far side boards, back out to center. As the puck now is lambasted back in. And now hit the side of the net. Oh, boy, Kimbrell tried to cover it up. And Jasser in front trying to jab one home, and a big save made there by Kimbrell. Oh, hard hit. Good job there by Jasser. 2 goals, 26 seconds apart from DeRosa and Wright are the latest tallies in this game. Played up off the near side boards to the right of Perrin. Now to the right point. Puck shot toward the net. That one deflects into the near corner. You know, Oklahoma wants to start putting pucks on to Perrin, who is cold right now. Played on back there to Reed. To the near side there to Jasser, and he'll spar it in. Almost 7 minutes gone by here in the opening period. Along to the far corner. Along the left side, worked in Wade. Over off the stick of Sorensen. Pusateri will just go ahead and wrist it in. Played up off the near side boards. Hard check, Roberts a drive. That one went wide. Left point there to Case. Now Case tries to lift it into that far corner. And taken away there by Wade. Wade trying to hold the zone there was Pusateri, and now taken there by Sable. Sable try to gas it out, and they'll do it now. Back out to center along the left side. Here comes Iwinski. Cross eyes trying to find Sorensen's stick. It got broken up there by DeLulio. Up ahead there to Roberts. Roberts a little outnumbered, so he'll go into the right side and just body it into the near corner. Now Oklahoma will lug it back out the other way. They break it out over to right. He had the latest tally. He'll just wrist it up off the far side, board some open space. Now the puck lifted up off the stick. It's a tip off the stick of Roberts into the near side there to Kish. Kish now, far side, up through the middle, up off the stick of right, intercepted there by Adams. Adams through the middle. He'll gain the zone. Throw a laser beam toward the net. Glove down there by Kimbrell, and we get a break in the action. 11:36 to go here in the opening period. Oklahoma on top, 2-1. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Welcome back into George's Pond and Hearst Coliseum. Mudbugs back at home next Friday and Saturday night. They will host the El Paso Rhinos. It'll be our Wicked theme night on Friday. And then we will have a Teddy Bear Toss night on Saturday. Be sure to get your tickets by giving us a call at 318-636-7094 by logging on to MudbugsHockey.com. Backhander toward the net. Off the rebound there by Tremblay, got blocked in front. Now along to the inboards. 2-1 lead for Oklahoma. Now along to the right side. The puck just pumped in there by Wright. Into the near corner. Good hard check there by Kish. And Kelly can't hold the zone. Now through the middle, up off the stick of Kish. And Parichka was able to kick it into the Oklahoma zone. Along the far corner, up off the stick, played back out to center. And now a 2-on-1. Here comes Oklahoma. Thrown across. They had Lickness. Boy, Parent might have had an opportunity to shoot that puck back the other way. Here comes the Frenchman. It's Tremblay. He'll just go ahead and wheel it in. And taken there by DeRosa. Up to the near side, back out to center. The puck spoon-fed back into the Oklahoma zone there by Easton. 10.5 remaining here in the opening period. Oklahoma on top, 2-1. Far side. Oklahoma with some numbers. DeRosa, a snapper, and a shoulder save made there by Perrin. His first grade A stop, and it comes early. That save will get him settled down now. To the near side there to Pusateri. He missed the skate of Samango. Goes all the way in. Playing along the left side. Lugged up ahead. Cable takes a hard hit there by Pusateri. Try to let him know a brick wall was coming in. Played up off the far side boards. Along to the right side. Here comes Cable. Slows down and gets taken down there by Adams. We got, is that too many men? I think it's too many men on the Bugs. That looks like the right call. The Mudbugs will go on the first choice personnel penalty kill. Stock going in the box for two. First choice personnel penalty kill on the ice for the Bugs. Face off one there by Oklahoma. Near half wall. Played back to the left point, Perrant. Down to the far corner. Played back up top. Too many men on the ice for the Bugs. Far half wall, Kish. Played back up top it goes. Over to Sable. Across, over to Perrant. Perrant now, top of the far wing. Circle a shot. That one deflected. Got a piece of Perrin, and it went into the near corner. Now spun around. Golfed back up top now. Sable waits. He'll walk the line. Into the far corner. Tough angle. Played back to the right point. There to Sable. Sable fires one toward the net. Up off the stick, I believe, of Samango. And it'll get into the protective netting. 8:50 remaining here in the opening period. Brought to you by Advanced Air Conditioning and Heating. Once again, offering installations for all your maintenances and businesses, along with repairs for homes and businesses in the area. Log on to advancedac.com. Stick around for the North Caddo Express Loop first intermission show. My main man, Duncan Welker, will go one-on-one with Jason Simons. Simons is just a cool guy. Very fun to be around. Had the day off today, so we had time for Duncan. It was not pre-planned that way, by the way. Into the left side, here's DeRosa. He'll just lead it in and kick it back up top there to Kelly. Top of the far circle, now Kelly. Right point. He'll scan the zone. Lickness. Far side there to Burleson. Overskated it. Now Jasser wants to run with it. Here comes Jasser trying to toe drag his way through, and Kelly had it sealed up. Back now down to 30 seconds remaining on the first choice personnel penalty kill. And intercepted, and Pusateri will punch it all the way down. One last rush for Oklahoma on this power play. 2-1 lead for the Warriors. Now Kish. Oh, gave it away, and Earhard will just chip it all the way down. Back to 5-on-5. Intercepted there by Adams. And Adams will just checker it into the far corner. To the right of Kimbrell. Now it goes into the near side. Luger. Oklahoma. De Silva's to right. Over to Luger. Luger now trying to lift it out, and he will back out to center at the very least. Oh, boy. Stolen away. Hoagland didn't have it. Now worked in. Oklahoma throws it into the far corner. Luger's there. Luger, a firing blast. That one went wide of the Bucks net. Shot toward that, tipped in front. That was a perfect tip, and it went just wide. Oklahoma looking for more. The Bugs on their heels right now. Into the far corner. Perrant in down low. Sable now over to Gagno. Gagno near circle shot up off the glove of Perrin, and it goes into the protective netting. 6:38 remaining here in the opening period. Once again, our first intermission show is powered to you by North Caddo Express Lube in Vivian, offering oil changes, inspection stickers, transmission services, and vehicle batteries, and key fob batteries. Mention the discount code MUDBUGS25, that's MUDBUGS25, and get 10% off your next service. Face-off one there by Oklahoma. Gagno over to Sable. Oh, boy, he blistered one toward the net. That one tipped on just wide. Oklahoma getting a lot of good chances here. Now Gallner. Far side. Now along to the right side, Sable. He'll just go ahead and sail it in. Into the near corner. Burnt. Well, carom it up off the near side boards. All the push, all the momentum right now for Oklahoma. You can just look on their bench. Everybody's standing on that Warriors bench. They're starting to feel it. Into the middle of the ice. It adds to that momentum. Is something I've always seen from teams. Shot toward the net. Right pad save. That's a good one there from Perrin. Played back to the left point. Kelly toward the net. Glove down there nicely there by Perrin. Boy, Coach Soupy livid at his bench right now. He was given an earful to his D just a second ago. The whole D unit's getting mouths full of Coach Soupy right now. 5:40 to go in the opening period. Face off one there by the Bugs. Easton wrangles it up off the near side boards. Pusateri, far side there to Easton. Now far side there to Earhart. Earhart skates up the ice. Onto the near side there to Semengo. Semengo toward the net. Right pad save made there by Kimbrell. Now in down low. Jasser trying to flag it down. Intercepted. And the puck now just lumbered up off the far side boards all the way down. That was a great clear there for Oklahoma. This one's not going to be a good clear. Oh, I thought it was going to be icing. It was not. Waved off up ahead to the left side. Spinned in there by Sorensen. 4:55 remaining here in the opening period. Oklahoma 2, Shreveport 1. Along to the far corner. Played back up top. Left point. Settled down toward the net. Pad save made there by Perrin. A lot of pushing and shoving going on between Kish and Adams. Now worked in. Fired toward the net the other way. Save made there by Kimbrell. On a rocket shot there by DeLulio. .431 remaining in the opening period. Face off one there by the Bugs. Case tried to rip one. He fanned on it. Now up off this stick of Martin. Back out to center. Stock able to saddle it back in behind the Oklahoma net. Stock had the game's first goal. Then it was DeRosa and Mason Wright. And now Perrin comes in relief of Hodges. Here comes DeRosa, snapper, and he got the glass. Boy, Oklahoma getting some time and space out there. Shot toward the net, hit the side of the net. Now Lickness, turnaround shot from the far corner. That one got blocked there by Case. Now Stock, look out, McBurgie. Up off the stick of Lickness and in to the Oklahoma bench. A little spin move there by old Mickey Berge. Stick around for the North Caddo Express Loop first intermission show. Duncan Welker goes one-on-one with Simons, and then we'll bring a Shreveport Regional Airport look around the world of sports. I'm anticipating he's got some exciting college football. I saw some upset alerts earlier today. Now through the middle. Spun around to Kish. Kish. Up off the stick, Campbell. Parichka back to Campbell. A couple of roommates. Now Easton. Get a little dance move. Easton now will rumble his way in. Get taken down. Kind of lost his balance a little more. And now played up ahead. Oh no, Oklahoma's got numbers. Back the other way, shot toward the net. Glove save and a beauty there by Perrin. Oh, Perron trying to lift it far post, and Perrin with a dynamite stop. Boy, Easton got caught up there, and Oklahoma had a 3-on-1 effectively. Shot toward the net. That one whistled wide. Now played back out to center. Far half wall. Earhart has it. Bodied up off the chest of Luger. In deep behind the Warriors' net. Jasser fighting for it. Trying to get it off that wall. Now tucks it in front. But Oklahoma's on top of it. Now on the far side, up ahead there to Sorensen. Sorensen outnumbered, throws a haymaker toward the net. Save made there by Perrin. Boy, he's been sharp since coming in relief of Hodges. Puck now is whirled in to the Warriors' zone. 2:20 remaining here in the opening period. Up off the left side. Wolf Talby will sling it back into the Oklahoma zone. Oh, a hard check along the back. And Oklahoma did not appreciate it. That was Gagnon. He's clocking in that number. That's Wolf Talby. Seems to always be in the middle of those frays. Remember that one fight he got into the last time the Bugs were in Oklahoma? The Bugs nor the Warriors didn't forget about that. On the near side, Burnt. Burnt around the right side. He'll just go ahead and spar it in. Played back out to center. Burnt again, right side. We'll just joust it back in. Big hello to the Burnt family. Tune tonight from Illinois. We hope they're doing well. They're good people. Met them at the showcase. Good stick there by Johnny Burnt. We'll tip it into along the end boards. Easton's trying to battle to get help on the near side there and spun back out to center there by Roberts. Right, far side to Kish. Intercepted there by Stock. Up ahead there to Roberts. Roberts battling for it. Try to squeeze it into the near corner, but taken away there by Perrant. Francisco Perrant along the left side, works it in. Good dance move. Thunders one toward the net. Stick save made there by Perrin. Up off the stick of Pusateri, taken back in. Tripped up there, was right, and he's going to draw the penalty, and Hoagland's going in. Wow, the clock kept running. Oklahoma's barking for that clock. They're going to get that reset. That clock kept running. I'm going to say about 6-7 seconds. I don't blame Mick Berge. They're going to have to take a look at that and get that fixed. I think they're going to go to 37. First choice personnel penalty kill will get back to work. Oh boy, I think the Mudbugs caught a break there. It's 34. Mick Berge, he's like, whoa. Mick Berge did not get the tail end of that one. He thought it was 37. I just read his lips. You meet somewhere in the middle sometimes with that kind of situation. Face off, one there by Oklahoma. Lickness to Kelly. Kelly, left point. Top of the point there to Burleson, rather. Burleson to Kelly. Now near side, Lickness toward the net. Oh boy, that one got a piece of Perrin. Oklahoma holds the zone now, they don't. Pass slips out of the zone. One last chance in the period, maybe. 10 seconds. Kelly drifting all the way back, and that's it. Oklahoma looks like they're going to concede the rest of the period. Now up ahead, there's a chance here. Sorensen comes in off sides. That's interesting. The whistle blew. I think Oklahoma's saying, hey, there should be 1 or 2 seconds. It's not really going to matter because the faceoff would be outside the Bug zone. Well, that'll do it for the period. Stock scores for the Bugs, and then it was DeRosa and Wright for Oklahoma. Oklahoma 2, Shreveport 1. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Welcome back to the North Canto Express Lube First Intermission Show. I'm Duncan Welker. Now currently joining me is Mudbugs board number 37, Jason Simons. Jason, welcome in.
Thank you.
And I asked you this right before we get started, but how many times have you been called Simmons in your life?
About every year I've played hockey. Yeah, everyone calls me Simmons. So
I was about to say, have you ever been called anything like it's kind of hard to it's those two, Simmons and Simons. Have you ever been called
No, it's usually honestly probably Simmons over Simons, to be honest.
Okay.
But just the one M makes it Simons. But.
Right. Well, Jace, welcome in.
Thank you.
Of course, last night we come off a 4-2 win against the Oklahoma Warriors. That was a pretty good win in my opinion. But as for you, last game we saw you with, we saw you against the Odessa Jackalopes and that 9-5 win there back in Odessa. Pretty good stuff there, from my opinion. But obviously, we're looking towards the future, not towards the past. And I'm kind of a hypocrite when I ask this, but what was the message going out of the locker room last night from Coach Soupy and Coach Smitty, for that matter?
Just, building off that huge Odessa win. We had that break after, and then, coming back our first game after 2 weeks, we played connected, we played strong, and I just thought we played as a team game, and that's exactly what they told us before the game.
Absolutely. So I had mentioned to not only them during interviews, but also some of your teammates, I'd mentioned the theme so far, at least from my vantage point, some of the vantage points of others, has been intensity, but also inconsistency. Do you think that somewhat changed last night?
Yeah, I think honestly, that's what we've been working on. We know we can play at the top level when we're playing at our best, but we just got to play like that every night. And I think last night was just a good example of that. We just played connected, fast, and strong as a team.
And of course. Like I said, 4 goals on the night last night against the Warriors. Because the last one coming from Jake Stock. He's doing pretty good. I'm about to say, what's your opinion on the man, Jacob Stock?
I love Jake Stock. He's actually one of my roommates here,
Nice.
so I'm really fond of him and love being with him.
Nice.
He's a great guy.
Nice. And speaking of your Billett family, of course, who are you with?
I am with the Davis family, and I love being there. They're a
Davis
great family.
They are great people.
Great people. Great family, great kids, and it's just, I love being there.
Absolutely. And they're great Mudbug hockey fans. They're great Mudbug hockey supporters.
Yes.
So, moving into you, you're one of several Mudbug newcomers, at least for us this season. So, what kind of... I'm not going to say what brought you to Shreveport. I mean, obviously camp and everything else, but, what's been your, not opinion, but, shoot, I can't think of the word now, but what's been your takeaway of Shreveport so far in these past 2.5 months?
I like it. I really think the people down here are good people. It's a good setup. You got a really good culture here in the rink with the coaches and players. I think the team this year is really good, and then with the fans coming in, they really support the team. So it's just an all-around good culture here.
Absolutely. Sort of the Mudbug way, if you will. Yeah. Sitting here with Mudbug Sport number 37, Jason Simon. So, Jason, moving back into you, tell us your hockey story a little bit. if you will.
So I grew up playing hockey since I was around 4 or 5, and I had always 3 older brothers. 2 of them played, so kind of going up against them growing up. But yeah, I kind of started out just playing, and then just kind of keep getting better and better, and wanted more out of hockey. And I love this game, and I just want to keep playing the game that I love. So
Absolutely. And where do you come to us from?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
And the previous team you came from?
Bishop Kearney Selects.
Bishop Kearney Selects. All right. You know what's funny? I've seen a lot of Bishop Kearney Select shirts actually in the locker room. I've seen some bags and stuff like that. I was about to say, I've seen yours, obviously. I mean, yours isn't hard to miss.
Yeah.
But I digress. We move along here. So, Jason, you literally just said it in the back of my mind, and now I forgot it. Rochester, New York, correct?
Yes.
So, of course, you had the Americans there, which, fun fact for those of you who are unaware, the Mudbugs in the Pro Days were actually the CHL affiliate of both the Rochester Americans and the Buffalo Sabres in 04-05 up until about, I'm going to say the 07-08 season. I might be getting my dates wrong, but then again, I was a literal child when that happened. So, I don't know my dates entirely, but I do know at least that was some truth. We had some Mudbug players go up to Rochester. Jason Basil was one of them. And, of course, that's your Mudbug history lesson. So, moving along here. Jason, what has been sort of your Southern food staple? I'm a big food guy at heart. Southern food staple because, New York, obviously New York food and Southern food, 2 different food cultures. What has been your Southern food go-to?
I have loved the jambalaya. I didn't know what it was until I got down here, but since I've been down here, I really like it. So I'm glad I got to taste that.
I was about to say, do you put anything on it, like Tony Chachere's, hot sauce, anything like that?
No, kind of just keep it plain and just like it plain. I've never really tried the other sauce, so I might have to give that a try.
Yeah, I was about to say with me, I go, well, who am I kidding? I go all the sauces. I go Tony Chachere's, Tabasco. I throw some filet in there that might have offended somebody, but, I just throw it in there because, I like a good bit of spice with my jambalaya. But enough about me. Now, Jason, I'm going to ask you 2 more things. I'm going to let you get going here. So, this game tonight is the State Fair game, special start time of 2 o'clock. Of course, the State Fair Louisiana is in town. And of course, we play at the Hirsch Coliseum, which is around the State Fair of Louisiana, if you've been living under a rock. So, what is your, how do I put this? Do you have a state fair memory? When I say state fair memory, it can be any fair, like a state fair, a county fair. Obviously, I know New York doesn't really have a county and state fair.
Actually, New York does have a state fair in Syracuse. So that's actually one of my favorite memories, just going there with my family growing up and just kind of seeing all the cool things that they have to offer and just the animals, the the new food.
I was about to say, speaking of food, again, like I said, I'm a big food guy at heart. Do you have a favorite fair food?
Honestly, probably deep fried Oreos.
I
love deep fried Oreos. But yeah, no, the one thing I tried last time I was at the fair was deep fried crocodile.
Fried crocodile.
I thought it was just cool. I mean, it kind of just tasted like chicken, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was about to say some people would say that also about deep fried gator here in the South. Obviously, crocodile and gator are 2 different animals, but I am not an animal science person there. So, all right. One last question. I'm going to let you get going. So it is coming up on the holiday season. 2 weeks from now, it will be Thanksgiving time. And then, of course, we'll come to Christmas. But we're going to start off with Thanksgiving because that's how it should be done. So what sort of Thanksgiving food? Again, big food guy. So I'll just put it like that. What Thanksgiving food do you associate most positively, or what is your favorite, rather?
I mean, I love turkey. Obviously, some people don't. That's kind of like the original answer. But my mom makes this great homemade mac and cheese, and that is one of my favorite things to eat at Thanksgiving. I always grab a big plate of that.
Of course. I was about to say I'm a big mac and cheese guy too. I was about to say, what's your opinion on cranberry sauce?
I actually don't know if I've ever tried cranberry sauce, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yes.
You've never either tried like either the homemade or just the
I think
the little can.
I've never actually tried. So this year is gonna be the year.
You know what? I'm gonna keep that in mind when I go over to the grocery store. I'm gonna buy a can just for you,
Okay,
Jason.
that sounds good.
Well, Jason, thank you for joining me here on the North Caddo Express Loop First Intermission Show. Always good to talk to you, buddy.
Thank you.
And of course, we wish you the best of luck here the rest of the way. And you are good to go, my friend.
Thank you.
And of course, you're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey. We'll be back with more after these messages in the North Caddo Express Loop First Intermission Show. And again, you're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey here on NATV and the Mudbugs Audio Network.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back inside George's Pond here at Hurst Coliseum. Of course, at the end of one, it is the Oklahoma Warriors 2, your Mudbugs 1. The Warriors are on a power play at the end of that first period. Of course, that penalty coming from Evan Hoagland, a tripping minor, 2 minutes. Of course, there will be 1:26 left when we come back. Second period action. Of course, some numbers to report here real quick before we get into the rest of the Sporting World scores. The Mudbugs and Warriors game being the only game on the North American Hockey League docket right now, at least. Of course, some numbers to report, some shots on goal from that period. 13-10 in favor of the Warriors. Of course, the scoring went as followed. Of course, the Mudbugs got on the board from Jake Stock and Evan Hoagland. And then from there, the Warriors took control of this hockey game with their first goal coming from Joey DeRosa at 17:29 in the first. And Mason Wright just 26 seconds later, and goal being assisted by William Francisco Perrant. That's the only goals coming there. But now it is time for your Shreveport Regional Airport First Intermission scoreboard update. And join me as we fly around and look at other scores in the world of sports. Like I mentioned, this contest is the only North American Hockey League game going on right now, at least. Of course, like I mentioned, 2-1 in favor of the Warriors. So with that in mind, let's look at the rest of the sporting world. And one score in particular that has piqued my interest, at least. Of course, will also pique your interest if you're in Louisiana. Of course, LSU, they lead Arkansas 23-22 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. Moving along here in top 25 action, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, they lead UCF 14-0. That game in the first quarter, 7:23 left there. Iowa, the Hawkeyes, they lead the USC Trojans 7-0 with 10:09 in the first quarter. Alabama and Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a 3-0 lead early on in the first quarter there. Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech, they lead the Boston College Eagles 7-0 with 4:59 left in the first quarter. Virginia, number 19 Virginia, they have an early lead on Duke, the Blue Devils, by a score of 7-0 with 6:45 left in the first quarter. Miami, the U, number 15, ranked, they have an early lead on NC State, 3-0 with 7:13 left in the first quarter. And, of course, some games still going on, or rather games still scheduled to go on tonight. Tennessee taking on New Mexico State. Ole Miss taking on Florida. Utah taking on Baylor. And one of the big ones here, Texas is scheduled to take on Georgia at 6:30 p.m. Ohio State taking on UCLA later tonight. BYU and TCU later at 9:15. And some games going final. Navy upsetting USF. The Bulls 41-38. Texas A&M able to pull it back close against South Carolina by a final score of 31-30. Indiana, the Hoosiers, number 2 ranked, they defeat the Wisconsin Badgers by a score of 31-7. Arizona, they defeat Cincinnati, number 25 ranked, by a score of 30-24. Michigan, the Wolverines, able to just pull it back close, almost on upset alert against Northwestern by a final score of 24-22. And, of course, Notre Dame, number 9 ranked, they defeated Pitt. They had College game day earlier there. some NHL action scheduled to be later on in the night. Of course, the Lightning take on the Panthers. The Ducks will take on the Wild. The Bruins will take on the Canadiens. The LA Kings will take on the Ottawa Senators at 6 p.m. The Buffalo Sabres will take on the Detroit Red Wings. The New Jersey Devils will take on the Washington Capitals later on tonight at 6. And then the Edmonton Oilers take on the Carolina Hurricanes. The Rangers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Toronto Maple Leafs take on the Chicago Blackhawks. The Vegas Golden Knights take on the St. Louis Blues. Then the Philadelphia Flyers will take on the Dallas Stars. The Winnipeg Jets will then take on the Calgary Flames. And the San Jose Sharks will take on the Seattle Kraken to round out the night for the NHL. Moving on to some NBA action, nothing going on. Like I said, a lot of games still yet to be played across the world of sports. Memphis Grizzlies will take on the Cleveland Cavaliers at 4. The Oklahoma Thunder will take on the Charlotte Hornets at 6 p.m. That's the Oklahoma City Thunder, I should add. The Toronto Raptors will take on the Indiana Pacers, who are not having the best of year so far. Later at 6 p.m. tonight, the Lakers will take on the Milwaukee Bucks at 7 p.m. And then the Denver Nuggets will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves at 7 p.m. Like I mentioned, not a lot of games going on right now, at least in the world of sports, but there is one game going on right now in top 25 college basketball action. Kansas, the Jayhawks, and some people know them by other names. They lead Princeton by a score of 73-53. They're on a 12-4 run. Well, they were on a 12-4 run as we spoke with 2:38 left in the second quarter. So it looks like Kansas will take it there. This has been your Shreveport Regional Airport First Intermission Scoreboard Update. Of course, here in Shreveport, the Warriors lead your Mudbugs by a score of 2-1. They will be on a minute 26 power play there. The Bugs, of course, will be on the first choice personnel penalty kill. So, that, of course, here, this has been your Shreveport Regional Airport First Intermission Scoreboard Update. Join me next period for the Graph Orthodontics second period in-depth look around the world of sports. You're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. 2-1 lead for Oklahoma. Second period coming up, and it's brought to you by DeFata and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services. Personal matters, child custody cases, internal theft frauds in your business. Just call our main man, Jerry DeFata, at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case, or log on to defatapi.com. The Mudbugs will have 1:26 remaining of first-choice personnel penalty kill time as Hoagland's in the box for tripping. Mudbugs skate from right to left here in the second. Hodges started this game, pulled early within the first 3 minutes after giving up a couple of goals in a row. The day game following a night game can always be a tough one. Parichka to take the draw. And the face-off is won there by Oklahoma. Kish's pass intercepted. And Parichka will go ahead and grab it and fork it into the near corner. Along the end boards, good work there by Parichka. Carried back out now, along to the right side, the speedy Perrant. Over to Kish now along the far half wall. Now along the left point, now played back up top to Sable. Sable now just wristed in down low behind the Bugs net. Played back up top to Sable. Sable fires one, scores. It might have got tipped in front. That was a wiring blast, and Oklahoma's up 3-1. Just 41 seconds into the second, Oklahoma has a 2-goal edge. It'll be Sable's goal from the point. It deflected off somebody in front, possibly a Mudbugs blue liner, and Oklahoma now has a 3-1 lead. It is Sable's goal. Face-off won there by the Bugs. Now Reed on through the middle there to Adams, onto the stick of Roberts. And Roberts will rip it in. Into the far corner it goes. Now played through the middle. Too far there for Sorensen. Shot toward the net. That one sticked away there by Perrin. Now all the way down. Grabbed there by De Silva. Up off the stick and now taken here by Iwinski. Waits, dropped off. Martin a blast, and that one got high and wide. Another shot toward the net there by Luger, and a pad save made there by Perrin. Back out to center, Oklahoma. Once again, the momentum all on the Warriors' side. You just looking at their bench. They're all standing in front toward the net. A shot there by Martin. It got blocked. Bodied off the puck there by Roberts. We got a whistle. We got a penalty coming up. I think Roberts drew it. It's a tripping infraction, and boy, do the Mudbugs need it. Kelly's in the box. And for the first time today, the Mudbugs are on the power play. Brought to you by Scott Powerline. Face-off won there by Oklahoma. Into the far corner, now to the right point. Oh, boy, Burnt couldn't get one through. And the puck is just smacked up off the near side window. All the way down. Good job there by Burleson. Now Jasser to Burnt. Burnt, far side. And Ronnie Wade stolen away. And he'll just go ahead and spin that in. Hunter Robinson had to hop over to the Oklahoma bench. He's got double duty tonight. There's something going on that Warriors bench. Looked like Sorensen's getting treated. Now Jasser along to the far side. Hunter Robinson brought to you by Willis Knighton. Back on board as the medical provider of Mudbugs hockey. Now Jasser played back up top to Burnt. Now far half wall, played back up top to Burnt. Burnt at the point, fired toward the net there by Hoagland. Oh boy, he took a piece of Gagno's soul with him. Oh, a shot, it hit off the crossbar. That was a rocket of a shot from the far circle there by Parichka. Now Hoagland across to the far side toward the net. It gets blocked. Another shot toward the net. They were trying to find Tremblay around the short side. And Gagno now hurting. Puck barreled all the way down in deep in the Bug zone. Now through the middle. Up along to the left side, working it in. Samango thrown across. Oh, he had a perfect feed. But Griner could not settle down the pass. And now Earhart to the far side. The penalty is over. Mudbugs come up empty on their first effort. In down low. Samango tried to set up Parichka cutting through the slot, but it got broken up. Up ahead. Here's Blue back the other way. Across to right. Right, a backhander. Save made there by Perrin. We got a penalty coming up. Delayed. Extra attacker time. They're going to get Perrin off. And the Bugs want to take some advantage of some extra time. Now Parichka will skate up 6-on-5. To the far side there to Griner. Back to Parichka. Wrister. And a save made there by Kimbrell. And now touched up by Oklahoma and will get the call. It's a high sticking infraction on, I believe, a right. Face off to the left of Kimbrell, who's played well since giving up the early goal to Stock. Face off tied up. One there by Oklahoma. And they'll lift it up off the far side boards all the way down. Now Burnt to the near side there to Jasser. He'll forward it up ahead, up off the stick of Hoagland. 3-1 lead for Oklahoma. Along to the far side, the latest goal from Sable. Mudbugs back on the Scott Powerline power play. Look out, Coach Soupy. As a screaming puck goes into the Bugs bench. Both teams getting a wholesale line change. Mudbugs and the Rhinos next weekend back here at George's Pond. It'll be our first Wicked theme night on Friday, and then our annual Teddy Bear Toss night. Doing it a little bit earlier. Get your tickets by giving us a call at 318-636-7094 by logging on to mudbugshockey.com. Mudbugs back at home hosting the Rhinos. It's a very talented Rhinos team, too. Down to $1:20 remaining on this power play. 5:10 gone by here in the second. The Warriors 3, the Mudbugs 1. Parichka trying to slide it into the near corner. Now played back out to center. Bodied off. Here comes Iwinski coming in deep. He gets hardly checked into the end boards, and Iwinski slow to get up. There's some roughhousing going on behind the Bucks net, and it looks like Iwinski's now busted open. Oklahoma might need some medical attention again. as the Bugs are offsides. Mick Berge having a healthy conversation with the official about what transpired behind the Bugs net, or at least his version of it all. Near Oklahoma blue line. Puck is dropped, one there by the Bugs. Far side, puck brushed in there by Roberts. Into the near corner. Played back left point, Byrne, a blast. Glove save made there by Kimbrell. Reminder, Mudbugs fans, that Mudbugs Hockey Day is brought to you by Coors Light, made to chill. Mudbugs Hockey Today is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports, Buffalo Wild Wings. Also hosts our select post-game parties and select viewing parties. Be sure to check all that out. Buffalo Wild Wings in the Bossier City location. Proud to have them on board for another season of Mudbugs hockey. Laid up off the near side boards. All the way down, out of his net comes Perrin. He didn't get much on it toward the net. He shot it wide. Oh, boy, that could have been disaster. Boy, Perrin made the right read. I don't think he got the clear he wanted, and Nowinski almost beat him as he was racing back to the left point now. Burnt across far wing, and a centering feed got deflected all the way down. And that'll do it for this Scott Powerline power play. Mudbugs squander another opportunity to try to climb back into this game. Puck gassed in on net there by Pusateri. Glove down there by Kimbrell. He drops it to keep play going. Now up ahead along the far side, worked in. That's Perrant. He'll spin it around. Perrant now works it up top to Luger. Left point blast, smothered up there by Perrin, and he wants to hold on to it. Almost 7 minutes gone by here in the middle frame. Face-off one there by the Bugs. As the puck is skipped up off the far side boards, back out to center. Now behind the Oklahoma net. Well, it looked like the Bucks might have got away with an interference there. Right through the middle. Up ahead there to Kish. He'll kiss it up off the far side boards. In deep there to Parent. Parent now low to high over to Burleson. And the pass is blocked, taken back the other way. Here comes Parichka. Wrister. Save made there by Kimbrell. Into the near corner. Played back to the left point. Pusateri puts a charge into one. Smothered up there by Kimbrell again. This face-off will stay in deep of the Oklahoma zone. Looks like DeLulio got tossed. So Griner will go in. And face-off tied up. Looked like a draw. And now the puck leaked out free into the far corner. Griner's got it. Over to Wolf Talby. He'll just go ahead and wagon wheel it to the left point. Reed over to DeLulio. Reed now will just cue ball it into the far corner. Up off the stick of Adams, who's in tight. And now sealed up there by Gallner. Oklahoma able to get it out. Up off the stick. It was tipped, so it'll go all the way down. No icing. Along the far corner, Adams will paddle it to the near side there to Reed. Reed now will softly window shop it up off the near side glass. Mudbugs had trouble getting the puck out of the zone, so Reed will camp it back behind his own net and reset things. Pass behind Wolf Talby, and Sable will grab it and shake it back into the far corner. Deep in the Bug zone, the Reed to Griner, and Griner can't get it out. Intercepted, back the other way. Oh, a good stick there by Adams. Oklahoma had a chance. That was Martin trying to kind of dangle one through. And now Martin right back in, drops it off to Lickness. Intercepted there by DeLulio, and DeLulio will just softly whack it all the way down. Up ahead now, near side. Martin up ahead there to DeRosa, dropped off. And he tried to find Lickness, and he fanned on it. Back the other way, here comes Earhart trying to make something happen for the Bugs. Into the far corner, drops it off there to Semango, in front, tipped on. Save made there by Kimbrell, pushing and shoving after the whistle. We got a break in the action. Oklahoma 3, Shreveport 1. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Welcome back in to George's Pond at Hearst Coliseum. It is a 3-1 lead for the Warriors. 3 unanswered goals for the Warriors. A hometown hero welcome with a standing ovation here at George's Pond. The Mudbugs will have an offensive zone face-off. Jasser gets kicked out. Thought it was a bit suspect. Big hello to the Jasser family. Tuning tonight from the Woodlands. They used to live in Flower Mound. They moved down to the Woodlands. Nice area just outside of Houston. Now along the far half wall, Jasser spins it in front. And it's taken there by Sorensen. Midway point of this contest, Oklahoma up by a pair. As an errant pass goes all the way down. This face-off will come right back into the Oklahoma zone. Face-off one there by Oklahoma. Played up off the far side boards all the way in. In deep, the Bug zone. Played back to the right point. Luger a drive. Stick save made there by Perrin. Now Sorensen along the far half wall, taken away there by Stock. Stock now will slip it up off the stick of Roberts. Now Luger will spin it around, right side, intercepted. We got a whistle. We got a penalty. It's going against Easton. Easton is dumbfounded by the call. Looks like a cross-checking call on Easton. And Oklahoma is back on the power play. Cross-checking the call on Easton. Shots on goal in favor of Oklahoma, 17-16. Third power play of the day for Oklahoma. First choice personnel penalty kill on the ice. 1 for 2 is Oklahoma right now in that department. It's up one there by Oklahoma. On the far half wall, the puck squeezed back out to center. On the near side, puck wristed around into the far corner. Worked in now, 3-on-3. Here comes Oklahoma. Dropped off there for Sorensen, an errant pass, and Griner will go ahead and dump it all the way down. Now played on back there to Pusateri, and the Bugs can work some clock here. Kill off some kill. Now Wade intercepts that pass. Lickness coming around. And now played back out to center. All the way back into the Oklahoma zone. Now along to the far side. As Sable able to smack it in, but it deflects up off a stick in front. And it gets a piece of the protective netting. Celebrating all our birthdays. Mudbugs hockey today brought to you by Down Home Meat Sausage. Whether you're grilling outdoors, looking for some hearty and flavorful sausages for breakfast, or preparing a gumbo platter, Down Home Meats has the perfect sausage for all occasions. Oklahoma now down to 30 seconds remaining on Easton's cross-checking call. Puck scraped in deep along to the far corner. Intercepted. Reed will rip it up off the near side boards all the way down. 8 minutes left here in the second. Down to 18 seconds remaining on this first choice personnel penalty kill. Far side worked in deep. Coming in deep now behind the Bugs net. Parent over to Sable. Back to Parent through the bumper. Good move. Far circle. Shot got blocked. Penalty is over. Out of the box comes Easton. Easton is offsides. Boy, it was close. And this faceoff will come out of the Oklahoma zone. Far Mudbugs blue line. One there by the Warriors. And the near side there to Burleson. He'll just go ahead and rim it into the far corner. Now Hoagland. Boy, he pumped it up ahead off the glove of Roberts, but he couldn't get it down to move it up into the offensive zone effectively. Now, Mudbugs got numbers. Here they come. Stock in front. Rister on net. Save made there by Kimbrell. Hoagland didn't get much on it. Now up off the near side boards. Burleson now ties it up with Burnt. Now in deep along the end boards behind the Bugs net. Now along the near side, Roberts will rake it in deep. Throw a little elbow toward Knudsen's way. Oh no, Oklahoma's got numbers on a broken play. 2-on-1, back in front, tipped. Save made there by Perrin. Oh, what a split save as he sprawled across to his left and kept it out along the left pad. Nice stop made there by the Florida native. Of course, Alex Perrin, the son of former NHLer Eric Perrin. .634 remaining here in the middle frame. Parichka gets tossed. Face off one there by Tremblay. Up ahead now it goes. Around the far corner there to Campbell. Campbell along that far half wall. Into the near side. Into the near side. Worked in deep. Sticked away there by Perrin. Now high slot. Sable a shot. Got blocked in front. Perrin was changing directions. On the far side now, Reed will thread it into that far half wall. Now the puck just bunkered in behind the Warriors net there by Reed. Mudbugs trailing by a pair. We're down to 5.5 remaining in the second. Right side up off the stick of Jasser. Now onto the stick of Samango. He couldn't handle it into the near corner. Samango across toward the net. It gets blocked. Puck now just whipped around the near side boards all the way down the length of the ice for icing on Oklahoma. Your icing's brought to you by Louder Bakery. You can get cookies and coffee at every Mudbugs home game. They don't just have coffee, they got hot chocolate, they got Energizer fruit drinks, chais. I just had a nice, delicious black coffee. It's in the Chet Yoder diet plan, so fit that in there. Did not have any cookies or brownies. I know some of y'all are keeping tabs on that. I did not. They look good, though. Really, they smell good more. They smell better than they look. But trying to be good today. Today's been a quick turnaround for me. I got multiple jobs, going on 2.5 hours of sleep. Somewhere it'll get better. Mudbugs comeback would be nice. Here's Lickness coming in, and it gets blocked into the near corner. Mudbugs battle for it. Now right point, Luger, a shot gets blocked into the far corner. To the left point, just dribbled in down low. Case has got it. Onto the stick of Jasser. He'll work it ahead there to Samango, and Samango will go ahead and shovel it in. Puck played to the right point, slugged across there to Pusateri. Pusateri throws one in front. It leaks out again in front. Smothered up there by Kimbrell, and we got a kind of a domino effect of Mudbug bodies going down. Samango wasn't happy with it. DeLulio looked a bit ticked off. Mudbugs do have one extra forward today, and I don't believe he's gotten playing time right now, but he could come for some fresh legs in the third period. Maybe that could be the plan. That's, of course, the other French-speaking young man, Gabriel Lopez Corsi. GLC. See, now, the way I look at it, if Willie Tremblay's one of Duncan Welker's favorites, I don't think Lopez Corsi's too far off. Into the near side, shot toward the net. That one whistled wide. Now in down low. Bodied off, now skipped up off the near side boards. And now Kish has it. Through the middle. Kish will go ahead and rake it into that far corner. Hoagland trying to grab it. Now slapped at to the left point. Now worked into the near half wall. Grab there. Far circle. Snapper. And he shot it wide. Oklahoma had some space. Now kicked around. Kish to right. On to Burleson. And he didn't get much on it. It rolled on net off a deflection. And it is stopped there by Perrin. .324 remaining in the DeFata and Associates LLC second. Mudbugs hockey today brought to you by Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice of the best pizza in town. I like their barbecue pizza. I'm a big barbecue pizza guy. The Mudbugs staff every once in a while will go there and eat their buffet for lunch. Toward the net, blue. Save made there by Perrin. Off the initial face-off win. Face off to the left of Perrin. Face off one there by the Bugs. Along to the far side, DeLulio. Into the far corner. Now a tie-up. Now into the near half wall. Blue played up ahead there to Cable. Off the back heel of Griner. Reed has it. Reed will wrist it forward there for Griner. Griner wants to run. He'll run through the middle. Dropped off there and on the far corner there to Wolf Tolby. Now a fight for the puck. In front. Wolf Tolby now played back up top to Case to the right point there to Burnt to the far corner. Tough angle shot. They score! Griner made it happen. Mudbugs have some life late in the second. As the Minnesota kid gets the Mudbugs closer. Nice work from Griner. And boy, the Mudbugs needed a shot in the arm. And Griner provides it. At 17:31, Oklahoma 3, Shreveport 2. The helpers go to Burnt and Case. For Griner, goal number 2 on the campaign. Boy, not only did Griner's goal wake up this crowd, it woke up that Mudbugs bench into thinking, okay, maybe we can do this. Kind of looked like a little lifeless at times in the period. Oh, from the high slot there by Iwinski, and he railed it wide. Chop that right back out to center. Earhart up off the stick of Jasser, coming in deep. Jasser, wrister, he scores! The captain ties the game. We're all even 3-3. Oh my gumbo! What an effort from Jasser as he races around the right side and lifts home another big goal on this season. Within a blink of an eye, the Mudbugs find themselves all even with the Warriors. For Jasser, goal number 5 on the season. Duke Earhart will get the helper on Jasser's goal. Two goals less than a minute apart. And the Mudbugs return the favor after Oklahoma scored 2 quick ones in the first. And now the Mudbugs are buzzing here. And a roller in front. 3-3 game. Ooh, broken up. Jasser over to Wolf Tommy toward the net. Oh, and he shot it wide. Now to the right point. Pusateri throws a laser beam wide. Oklahoma back the other way. A wrister gets deflected into the near corner. Laid back to the right point. Burleson across top of the far circle, waiting toward the net. Sable, a shot blocked in front. And it gets the protective netting. Down to a minute remaining here in this second. Face off one there by Oklahoma. Here comes Sable toward the net, looking for a tip drill, and he just missed. Ewinski was there. Now into the far corner. Case. Oh no, stolen away there by Ewinski. Now Case has got it. Case off the stick of Jasser. 3-3 game. Near side Sable. Up ahead there to Ewinski. He'll work it in. Case along the far side. Earhart will jolt it up off the far side boards. Taken there by Sable. Boy, a good old-fashioned boxing fight today. Both teams trading punches. We're even up at 3 right now. Wade. Intercepted. Way out of his net comes Kimbrell, and he read Tremblay right there, but the Mudbugs get 2 quick ones late in the second as we conclude the second. It is the Mudbugs 3, the Warriors 3. We've played 2 from the George. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
Hey, this is Chet Yoder, voice of the Mudbugs. DeFada and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services has been conducting professional private investigations for over 20 years. They offer a full range of services to both individuals and businesses. Whether you need an investigator for a personal matter, like a child custody case, or you suspect an internal theft problem with your business, DeFada and Associates has the experience, training, and knowledge to get you the information you need. Call Jerry today at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case, or visit them online at defadapi.com.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back to the North Caddo Express Lube First Intermission Show. I'm Duncan Welker. Now currently joining me is Mudbugs Board number 37, Jason Simons. Jason, welcome in.
Thank you.
And I asked you this right before we get started, but how many times have you been called Simmons in your life?
About every year I've played hockey. Yeah, everyone calls me Simmons. So.
I was about to say, have you ever been called anything like it's kind of hard to, it's those two, Simmons and Simons. Have you ever been called
No, it's usually honestly probably Simmons over Simons, to be honest. Okay. But just the one M makes it Simons. But.
Right. Well, Jace, welcome in.
Thank you.
Of course, last night. Welcome back to the Sonic Drive-In Second Intermission Show. This is How We Sonic. I'm Duncan Welker, and I'm sitting here with Mudbugs forward number 26, Jeremiah Roberts. Jeremiah, welcome in.
Thank you.
Of course, yeah. Jeremiah, you made your Mudbugs debut last night against these Oklahoma Warriors. You had an assist, and you were the player of the game, actually, and the T-shirt cannon. And well, the less said about that, the better. But the person got their T-shirt, I think, at the end of the day, and so I think it's a good memory. So, Jeremiah, firstly, maybe the first of well, you probably had many first. You were here in camp, but I'll be the first to welcome you back to Shreveport.
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. So, Jeremiah, like I mentioned last night, you made your Mudbugs debut against these Oklahoma Warriors. You got an assist on one of the two goals coming in the first period. And the biggest thing I have to ask is, what is the difference in playing in this southern style of hockey here in the North American Hockey League versus playing in the Western Hockey League with the Winnetonka Wild last year, as you did?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a more physical game than playing in the dub, but other than that, it's a good league, and yeah. I'm glad to be here. So.
Absolutely, yeah. I was about to say, so like I mentioned, you did play for the Winnetonka Wild last season, both those. And the Red Deer Rebels, excuse me. Of course, in 20 games, you had 1 goal, three assists, and 4 total points there on the year. Of course, obviously looking to improve on that, obviously. Moving along here, so when coming back to Shreveport, what was one of the things you had in the back of your mind in playing for this season?
Just sticking to the game plan as much as possible.
Okay.
We have a good group of boys here. They're talented, smart.
I think so.
And good coaching staff, so just listen to what they have to say and try my hardest every game. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of that coaching staff, what was the message in the locker room last night after that 4-2 win against these Warriors? What was the message in the locker room going on?
Yeah, we had a good first and second period. A little hiccups in the third period, like normal. We're tired and just we're tired at the end of the day. But
right.
You really just said it's first win, good win, and let's do it again tomorrow. So.
Right. All right. And speaking of tomorrow, well, it's today. I was gonna save this question for the end, but want to go ahead and bring it up. Of course, this is our special state fair game. Special start time all 2:00. A little bit of changes for everybody around here in the Mudbugs hockey family and Mudbugs hockey fans, of course. With that being said, do you have any positive memories associated with like a state fair, a local fair, county fair, anything like that?
I've been to a couple when I was younger. Nothing since I was older. Just been working, but I think it's awesome. I've seen it from the road in, and it looks huge, and the people here love it. So
absolutely, yeah. I was about to say it's a long time tradition, and of course the Mudbugs and Louisiana State Fair, a long time tradition, going hand in hand. Sitting here with Mudbugs forward number 26, Jeremiah Roberts. And speaking of which, Jeremiah, I'm gonna ask you, what's the I'm not gonna say oddest nickname you've ever been called, but like what's the most unique? Let's put it like that. Yeah.
In Red Deer, the boys call me CR7.
Oh yeah, like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yep, I'm a pretty good sewer player, so they just named that nickname off of me and my number. So
I was about to say. Speaking of Cristiano Ronaldo, are you a soccer fan?
I'm not a big soccer fan, but Messi's my favorite person.
I'm not gonna hold that against you. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I'm not gonna get into that right now, but we're gonna move along here. So Jeremiah, in coming back to Shreveport, what's been the one main thing you've seen from this team? Of course, obviously, you got to play alongside them, but what's the one thing you saw, when you weren't on the ice? The theme I've noticed this year has been both intensity, but also inconsistency, at least if you ask anyone around the locker room. But I think last night, what was your theme coming out of the game?
Coming out of the game, the boys have a lot of passion. They love the sport. They love the group of guys that they're with, and they're gonna fight to the death with them. So
absolutely,
it's amazing. I would just say the boys have a lot of heart going into the games and coming out of the games. So
of course, heart and passion. That's two things I feel like are underrated in hockey. And I say underrated because I think a lot of people don't kind of feel like they need them, but they really do. I'm about to say, what are your thoughts on that?
It takes a lot to play hockey, but having the heart and passion of playing hockey 24/7 as a full-time job, and luckily going NCAA or USHL or other routes, heart and passion comes into the most. If you don't have no heart into it, you're not going to go far. If you don't have love and passion for the sport, it's just not going to treat you well in the long end. So
absolutely. So Jeremiah, of course, you are our first round pick in this previous draft. When you were selected by the Mudbugs, what was your first? I'm not going to say first mindset, but like first, how do I put this? First impression, I guess, of Shreveport. We didn't really get to talk much about your first impressions of Shreveport in this interview. But what were your first impressions of Shreveport, of course, during camp?
Yeah, camp. The people here are amazing. They're so nice, so welcoming. Nobody holds anything against you, where you came from or what state you came from. The team's amazing. Coaching staff, GM, Muskie, all of them are amazing. Equipment managers, every single person. So I loved it here. Good group town. Not too big, but not too small.
Right, yeah.
There's still a lot to do, and the people here are just amazing.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And I think anybody will tell you that Mudbug hockey fans will wear their emotions on their sleeve more than anybody, I think, in the South Division. But
yes, sir.
That's just coming from my perspective. All right, I'm going to ask you two more things, and then I'm going to let you get going here. So the second one, we're going to go back to the state fair topic. You mentioned you'd been to several, state and local fairs and things like that. Do you have a favorite fair food? Like for me, example, mine is a turkey leg and a good old lemonade. The lemonade with the shake-ups and all that. How about you?
Same with me. I love the good old turkey leg. It has a lot of protein and.
Oh yeah.
It's just good with the seasoning here. And I've tried one here actually, and the seasoning is out of this world.
Oh yeah.
Lemonade is also my favorite. Good electrolytes, but it's also a good tasting drink. So
I'm about to say any of the fried stuff, like a fried Oreo or a fried. Well, just a fried Oreo comes to mind.
I've never been really into the fried Oreo stuff. A lot of the guys on the team like it, but
yeah, I'm about to say
it's just
Jason
not my
Simons.
favorite.
Yeah. Apologies for interrupting you. Jason Simons just told me in our last interview that he is a big fan of the fried Oreos, and he actually had fried crocodile. If you'll believe that. Of course, fried crocodile. Not too far off from fried gator, but all right, I'm going to ask you one last thing. I'm going to let you get going here. So it is upcoming holidays, 2 weeks' time. It'll be Thanksgiving time, American Thanksgiving time. With that in mind, and then, of course, Christmas, but let's be honest, Thanksgiving first, then Christmas. So with that in mind, what sort of Thanksgiving food do you associate as a positive thing, if that makes sense?
A positive thing? I would say turkey. Turkey is one of my favorite
How about
foods
any of the side dishes? Like, for example, I'm a big mac and cheese guy, mashed potatoes, but also the cranberry sauce, but not like but not like the homemade. I'm talking about like the the canned stuff. You just go, How about you?
No, I love macaroni. It's one of my favorite side dishes, and it just goes well with the turkey. So.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Jeremiah, thank you for joining me. Always good to talk to you, buddy. Hopefully we will see you back here on the Sonic Drive-In Second Intermission Show. Of course, we'll be back with more after these messages in the Sonic Drive-In Second Intermission Show. You're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey here on NATV and the Mudbugs Audio Network.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Welcome back inside George's Pond here at Hurst Coliseum, where the score of this contest is Mudbugs 3, Warriors 3. And now, folks, it is time for your Graph Orthodontics second intermission in-depth look around the world in sports. Of course, the only game going on, at least actively, in the North American Hockey League is this one right here, the Mudbugs and the Warriors. Of course, like I mentioned, that game is all tied up at 3. And before we get on to the rest of the sporting world scores, including an LSU win, let's look at some numbers real quick from that second period. Shots on goal were in favor of the Mudbugs, 10-8, a very much improved Mudbugs team towards the end of the second period, at least in my opinion. Of course, the scoring coming from that is Bronson Sable and Mason Wright and William Francisco Perrant for Oklahoma with a power play goal early in the second, 19-19 to be precise. And then in the last few minutes of the second period, the Mudbugs were able to tie it back up with goals coming from Jared Greiner and assisted by Johnny Byrne and Owen Case. And Jonah Jasser with the assist coming from Duke Earhart. Once again, that line of Earhart, Jasser, and Semengo making significant contributions to this Mudbugs team the last 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks of active play, I should add. Of course, the penalties from that period came from John Kelly and Mason Wright of the Warriors. Nothing doing there, of course, on the power play for the Mudbugs. And then one Mudbug penalty came from Ty Easton with a cross-checking minor at 9:41 in the second period. Of course, goaltender-wise, Adam Kimbrell saving 17 of 20. And, of course, Tyler Hodges was pulled earlier in the game. And in his place, Alexander Perrin stopping 16 of 17. Now, let's look at the rest of the scores from the sporting world, starting with, of course, college football. Like I mentioned, LSU with a big win and a pretty, it's called squeaky win, I guess. LSU, of course, wins that game 23-22 over the Arkansas. The Golden Boot will come back to the Bayou. Moving along here, now we move to top 25 action. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, they lead UCF by a score of 34-2. That's not a score I think I'd be saying. Moving along here, Iowa, they lead the USC Trojans 21-7. That game just getting ready to go to half there. Oklahoma, they lead the Alabama Crimson Tide 17-14 with 3:40 left in the second half. The Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech lead Boston College 14-13. That game also getting ready to go into half. Virginia, number 19 ranked Virginia, mind you, leads Duke 14-3 with 1:39 left in the second quarter there. Miami, number 15 Miami, they lead NC State 17-0 with 4:25 left in the second quarter. Tennessee, the Volunteers, they lead New Mexico State 14-0 with 3:18 left in the first quarter, and some games still waiting to be played, of course. Florida and Ole Miss at 6 o'clock our time. Utah and Baylor also at 6 p.m. Then the big one, Texas, the Longhorns taking on the Georgia Bulldogs at 6:30 p.m. That'll be a fun one. UCLA taking on Ohio State. TCU, the Horned Frogs, taking on BYU, the Cougars, and, of course, some games going final. Like I mentioned, LSU defeated Arkansas 23-22. Navy with a big upset over USF. That would be the South Florida Bulls by a score of 41-38. Texas A&M able to pull that one back to their favor. Number 3 ranked Texas A&M defeats the Gamecocks in South Carolina 31-30. Indiana, the Hoosiers, number 2 ranked, defeated Wisconsin, the Badgers 31-7. Arizona, big upset there. They defeated Cincinnati, the Bearcats, 30-24. Notre Dame, they defeated Pitt, 37-15. And Michigan able to get a squeaky win of their own, coming back and defeating Northwestern. Of course, now we move on to some college basketball action. 2 games going final in top 25 action. Louisville defeated Ohio. That is the Bearcats the Bobcats of Ohio from the MAC conference. And of course, Kansas, the Jayhawks, or as some other people might know them by other names, they defeated Princeton by a score of 76-75. And of course, William and Mary is scheduled to play St. John's later on today, and BYU is scheduled to take on UConn. Now, some NHL action. Nothing going yet, but at least not right at this time. Tampa Bay will take on the Panthers of Florida. The Ducks will take on the Wild. The Bruins will take on the Montreal Canadiens. The Kings will take on the Senators. Buffalo will take on the Red Wings. The Devils of New Jersey, they'll take on the Washington Capitals. The Oilers, the Edmonton Oilers, will take on the Carolina Hurricanes. The Rangers will take on the Blue Jackets. The Maple Leafs are still to take on the Chicago Blackhawks. The Vegas Golden Knights are scheduled to take on the St. Louis Blues. The Philadelphia Flyers later on at 7 o'clock are scheduled to take on the Dallas Stars at 7 p.m. The Winnipeg Jets taking on the Calgary Flames. And the San Jose Sharks taking on the Seattle Kraken to round out the NHL action tonight. But here in Shreveport, it is all tied up at 3 between the Mudbugs and the Warriors. Third period action coming up next alongside Chet Yoder. This has been your Graph Orthodontics second intermission in-depth look around the world of sports. We'll be right back after these messages and more. You're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey here on NATV and the Mudbugs Audio Network.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Hey, this is Chet Yoder, voice of the Mudbugs. DeFada and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services has been conducting professional private investigations for over 20 years. They offer a full range of services to both individuals and businesses. Whether you need an investigator for a personal matter like a child custody case or you suspect an internal theft problem with your business, DeFada and Associates has the experience, training, and knowledge to get you the information you need. Call Jerry today at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case or visit them online at defadapi.com.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into George's Pond at Hearst Coliseum. 3-3 contest. Third period coming up, and it's brought to you by Delta Utilities. You know what's below. Call 811 to locate buried utilities, at least digging before any project. Mudbugs score too late in the second, courtesy of Greiner and Jasser, to find themselves all even. Should be a fun and exciting third period on this Saturday afternoon tilt. Oklahoma has the puck. They won the draw. Wade, far side, there to Luger. And he'll just go and pop it in, gets it on net. Sticked down there by Perrin, who came in relief of Hodges within the first 3 minutes of the game. He's really played well, and he's got the Mudbugs in this game, all even 3-3. Mudbugs led early 1-0, and that was the only time they led in the game. As Earhart spanks it up off the near side boards, and in deep it goes. Along the left side, worked in deep, banked up ahead. Too far there for Wright. Grabbed there by Greiner. On the far side there to Pusateri. Spins it around, gets held up a little bit. Now Greiner in there along the walls. One out free. Oklahoma's got it. Thrown through, and it got canceled out there by Samango, who's able to sky it up off the near side glass and all the way down. Into the near corner. Greiner fights for it. And now along the left side, hard check there by Wolf Tolby. Try to line up his man. In front now. Into the near corner. I just noticed the Wolf Tolbys are in the building. Looked across, saw them near the Watt family. Of course, that's Wolf Tolby's billet family. They're long, loyal billet families. And now Lickness, far circle snapper, and he shot it wide. Now Kelly trying to drive one. Now he'll work it into the near corner. Lickness from the point. Save made, rebound chance. Oh, bodied down there by by Perrin rather. As the puck is sputtered up off the near side boards. Intercepted. DeLulio coming in. DeLulio skates in, tucked one in front. Try to find Campbell into the far corner. Now on the stick. Parichka trying to get it up top to the point. Now Berna shot blocked in front. And now over to Lickness. He'll go ahead and get it up onto the hands of DeRosa. And he whistles it wide with a shot. 3-3 contest. 2.5 gone by in the third. Played up off the near side boards. Burnt gains a zone right side. Burnt coming in deep behind the net. Into that far corner. Now played around into the near side. Taken there by Parichka. Popped up into the air. Into the far corner now. Along the end boards. Mudbugs get a change on the fly. Now Oklahoma will grab the loose biscuit. Intercepted there by Stock. Sends one in front there for Tremblay, but it gets deflected into the protective netting.
Sponsor, Delta Utilities, call 811. Call before you dig. And another Mudbugs Johnny's Pizza, knockout of play.
16:43 remaining here in the Delta Utilities third period. Mudbugs back in action next weekend. They'll host a 2-game series against the El Paso Rhinos. It'll be our Wicked theme night next Friday night, followed by our annual Teddy Bear Toss night on Saturday. Reed will just drop it into that far corner. And now played up off the near side boards. And Sable over to Wade. Taken away there by Hoagland. Hoagland there to Adams. It looked like Stock and Sable got tied up awkwardly away from the puck. And now right point. Puck is slapped on through behind the Bugs net. A little space here for Kish. Far wing. He fanned on it. And now Reed up off the stick. Roberts trying to do something with it. Into the near corner. Adams has it. He'll go from left to right. Pass up ahead to the right side there to Semengo. Now to Jasser. Jasser near corner. Spins it around. Jasser along the end boards there to Earhard. Earhard fighting for it. Now fighting, continuing to fight. Jasser over to Semengo. Taken away there by Burleson. Now to the right side. And lugged and then slugged in deep into the Bug zone. There by Wright. Now back out to center, Semengo. He'll slip it through the middle, but it got broken up by Perron. 5 minutes gone by in the third. Along to the right side. And the puck is just fueled in deep in the Bug zone. Up off the stick, Luger. Far half boards. He'll just go ahead and rim it in. Behind the Bugs net. Tough angle shot. Save made there by Perrin. And now to the right point. Worked in. Oh, throwing one in front. Looking for a tip drill. There was Sable, and that one trickled just wide. Wolf Talby now behind the Bugs net. Intercepted. DeRosa into the far corner. Lickness to the right point. Settled down. And the pass now squirts out of the zone. De Silva over through the middle. And a loose puck gathered in there by Burnt. Burnt now launches it up ahead there for Parichka along the inboards behind the Oklahoma net. Griner battling for it. Griner trying to do some dirty work down low. Now starting to weed whack away is their Parichka. Now Griner's in there. Onto the stick of Campbell, worked out free. Here comes Oklahoma, back the other way. Pass too far there for Sorensen, but he'll be the first to touch it behind the Bucks net. Gets mauled there by Case. There's no easy task when Case is coming down and breathing down on you. He is a big body, folks. On the far side, 2-on-1. Tremblay comes in offsides. And we get a break in the action. 6:37 chewed up here into the third. Of course, every Saturday home game, you get to skate after the game. Hoagland gets tossed, so it'll be Stock. Face-off one there by Oklahoma. Now Kelly will taper it around to the far side. Now Blue up ahead there to Kish. Goes to the near side there to Perron. Perron gets spun around there by Stock. And now Kish has it. Kish, far side. Up off the near sideboards. Held in there by Stock. Now Kish behind his own net. 12:45 to go in the third. 3-3 game. The Mudbugs have scored the last two after Oklahoma scored 3 unanswered goals. Oh, and Oklahoma unable to hold the zone. I want to remind our Mudbugs fans who are here, they can scan their Mudbugs ticket for a $5 state fair ticket. Of course, the state fair going on for the rest of this weekend. I guess tomorrow night is when it ends. A lot of fun. A lot of fun rides, fair food. Believe it or not, I've never had a funnel cake. I've heard about it. If it's anything like a beignet, I'm in. Oh, a shot toward the net. That one got bodied off. Now high slot. Luger. He overskated the puck to the left point. And now the puck just gashed in deep there by Martin. They got turkey on a stick. I heard they have jalapeno poppers. Those were dangerous. Coach Soupy eats those. Top of the near circle into the near corner. They got pepperoni, pizza bites, I heard. They got brisket sandwiches, corn dogs. I was wondering if they have one of those Wonder Sticks with the ice cream and churro kind of thing going on. I don't think they have one. Played back out to center. I've stayed away from the fair so far. Believe it or not, I don't think I've been to the fair in this area. Since I work in the area, I just kind of work and go home. Or go to my next job. Not much going on. Nobody cares about me. Into the near corner. Now Case has it behind the Bugs net. Up off the stick now of Wolf Talby. He'll go cross-ice. Chopped at there by DeLulio. Now Griner's got it. Over to DeLulio. He didn't expect it, so it goes all the way down. In deep in the Oklahoma, racing back up ahead. Here's DeRosa. He's got one goal. He's looking for another. And good stick there by Pusateri to break up his rhythm. Now a shot toward the net. Glove down there by Perrin as Gagno threw a screamer toward the net from the near half wall, and we get a break in the action. 3-3 game. This is the third period. 10:54 to go. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Welcome back into George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. Mudbugs hockey today brought to you by Porter's, delivering the difference for Mudbugs hockey. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, providing floor mats, uniforms, and services for your company. Gagno, left point shot, sticked away there by Perrin. Into the near corner, toward the net, a little bouncer. Goes behind the Bugs net. Into the far corner, to the right point. That's Sable. He'll go ahead and slap it around, and now left point shot, change direction on Perrin. He fought it off. Tricky shot there by Gagno. Gagno's gonna try it again. Tipped in front, change direction on Perrin again, and he made the blocker save. Far side there to Burnt. Coming up on the midway point of the third. 3-3 game. It's a good one tonight, folks. Getting into tonight. Into the left side, work through the middle. Adams up ahead. Tremblay coming through. Turnaround, centering feed. And trying to find Adams. He got tied up. Now Adams has it. Far corner. Adams drifts it in there to Campbell. He got kind of tied up there. And now spun around. There wasn't much going on. And now through the middle, coming in. Taking a U-turn back. Perrant. And taken away there by Campbell. Played back out to center. Sorensen going to take it all the way back. Sorensen played up through the middle. Grabbed there by, oh, what a hard hit. Getting leveled there was Ronnie Wade. And now Stock, right side. He'll just go ahead and stuff it into the near corner. Into that far corner, grab there by Roberts. Trying to grab it there with Stock. He got his stick tied up. Now glove down there by Hoagland. Fires one toward the net. It got blocked in front. Far side. banked up ahead, back out to center. Hard check, Reed got stopped in his tracks. And now trying to take it right in. Here's Martin in front, getting help. Now Gallner along the end boards. Near half wall. Onisic Martin. Now top of the point, Luger a shot, gets blocked. Backhander in front there by Knutson got blocked. Held in there. Over to Luger. He throws a little haymaker, and it gets deflected up off a stick. And it goes into the protective netting with 8:05 remaining here in the third. Face off deep in the Mudbug zone. Chopped at in the near corner to the right of Perrin. Now through the neutral zone. Slapped up off the far side boards there by Sable. Now blown up. Trying to grab it there is Martin. And boy, he sent one toward the net, and Perrin made an alert save. I don't want to classify that as a difficult save, but definitely a very alert save. 7:39 remaining in period number 3. Face off one there by Oklahoma. Gagno puts a shot on it, deflects high on the Bugs net. Played up off the far side. Here's Wolf Talby. Thrown over to DeLulio. And he couldn't get much on it. On the far side. Puck knifed back out to center. Griner send it back to Adams. It'll go all the way back. Adams, far side. Now through the middle. And he'll just go ahead and spill it in to the Oklahoma zone. And now in front, Griner's there. Griner fires one toward the net. Save made there. There was traffic in front. And now Wolf Talby waits. Top of the far circle, a ripper. And he got the glass. Oh boy, Griner might have had the best look, but the Mudbugs continue to pray. Adams to Reed. Up off the stick of Griner. Oh, boy, that looked like potentially a deadly but rewarding go-ahead goal there. And boy, Wolf Talby looked like he got a stick up high. And now Oklahoma will get it out free and get it out of their own zone. And what they want to do is just squeeze it and force it back into the Bug zone, get a wholesale line change. 6 minutes remaining in period number 3. Campbell too far there for Tremblay. Intercepted Tremblay, save made there by Kimbrell, and he covers up on the rebound. As Parichka was there looking for something to shovel home. Looks like the anti-pest is a man who wore the Mudbug jersey for a little bit. Mason, right? Stick around for the Nikki's Mexican Restaurant postgame show. Don't drink the water. Try our margaritas today. Face off one there by the Warriors, and they'll wallop it up off the near side boards onto the stick of Lickness. Taken away there by Campbell. Campbell led it for Tremblay. Tremblay into the far corner. He'll just go ahead and knock it around into the near corner there for Parichka, and now played back out to center. Puck now fisted up ahead there to Lickness, gets spun around. Now up off the stick. I thought that was tipped. Oh, wow, it's an icing on the Bugs. It was fairly close. Coach Soupy's barking away at the official about that call. 5:32 remaining here in the third. These icings brought to you by Louder Baking Company. And now to the right point, waiting, top of the far circle, quick snapper, save made there by Perrin. Oh, what a save made there by Perrin! He came across with the left pad and denied Oklahoma on a secondary chance. Oh, Perrin can't believe it, and neither do I. Just a spectacular stop along the far post to keep us tied at 3. Boy, the initial save was hard. The secondary save was much harder. Just a brilliant stop in the reigning minutes of regulation. To the near side there to Gagnon. Now through the middle. Coming right in. Here's Wright. And he throws a little wrister wide of the Bugs net. Dug out free, Jasser. Jasser back in his own zone. Oh, no, he gave it away. Wright slaps one toward the net. Kicked aside there by Perrin. Or by Perrin. Jeez. I'm getting mixed up because I'm not used to calling another Perrin. We have too many in our organization. I know Rich Perron's tuned in. Maybe getting a sheepish laugh at home. Our Mudbugs goaltending coach. Save after save from Perrin to the near side. Puck lifted up off the stick. Wolf Talby up off the stick of DeLulio. Now Campbell played on back to Reed. Reed back to Campbell, far side. Now here comes Griner. He has a goal tonight. Griner on the give and go toward the net. Fought off there by Kimbrell. Oh boy, great idea there from Griner on the give and go. And now tucks one in front. DeLulio toward the net. Save made there. There was a juicy rebound, but it got shoveled out of trouble. Hard check as Sorensen gets on the back of Adams. And now Oklahoma, they got numbers back the other way. 4-on-3. Turnaround shot there by Burleson. Sticked away there by Perrin. 4 minutes to go in the third. We're deadlocked at 3. Stick tie up. Stick on top of DeRosa. Looks like a whistle is blown for a high stick touch. Boy, that stick looked like it came across DeRosa. Mudbugs might have got away with one there. DeRosa now starting to work the officials pretty good there, stating his case. Far Mudbugs blue line. Now Pusateri has it, far side, there to Byrne. Byrne up off the far side board, scooted in there by Roberts. Now Stock back to Roberts. Roberts sent in far corner. Hoagland a shot save made there by Kimbrell. With 3:29 remaining in the third. Left wing circle, Hoagland to take the draw. Face off, tied up. Looked like a draw, but now grabbed there by Sable. He has a goal earlier today. Sable fighting for it. Grabbed there by Wright. Up ahead, far side there to Gagno. Boy, it looked like an errant spin and into the boards there by Roberts, but he appears to be okay. Now Kish waiting for it. Far wing circle. Wade, or Wright rather, throws one toward the net. Got blocked up ahead. Too far there for Roberts. On net. Turnaround shot. Save made there by Kimbrell. Now a tie-up along the netting. Boy, there's some bodies going down. Kish now along the left side. Good stick break up there by Roberts. We're down to 2:30 remaining in the third. 3-3 game on this Saturday afternoon tilt. Mudbugs won last night 4-2. Trying to pick up their third consecutive victory. Burnt up off the stick of Parichka. Up off the near side boards. Parichka. DeKay smacks one toward the net. Routine glove stop made there by Kimbrell, and he'll hold on to it. Mudbugs hockey today brought to you by Advanced Air Conditioning, Bayou Outdoors, ETBU, Coke, Fleet Pride, McKay Consulting, Metro Aviation, Pro-Like Energy, Shreveport Bossier Sports Commission. Just one of the many corporate partners of Mudbugs hockey. It's a testament to Lauren Primos and Lauren Keith for the job that they've done with our corporate sales. Campbell will clip it in behind the Oklahoma net. Boy, a hard check on Tremblay, but boy, he sprung up like a bouncy ball. Now right back out to center. Tremblay worked in. He'll just chisel it in. And now Burleson through the middle to the near side there to Sorensen, and he'll yank it in behind the Bugs net. Campbell's got it, $1:20 remaining here in regulation. Adams through the middle. He'll just go ahead and wrist it in. And along the boards, Oklahoma's got it. And they'll flip it up ahead, intercepted there by Semengo. Jasser, oh, he tried to come across, and the Bugs were offsides. Oh, like they had to break all that up. Semengo kind of ran awkwardly into Gagno. Looked like a whole lot of nothing there. Near Oklahoma blue line. Face off. One there by the Warriors. Near side, Kelly. Up off the stick of Perrant. We're down to a minute left in regulation. Now along the end boards. Semengo. Giving away. Kelly can't hold his own. Far side. Burleson will just go ahead and bang it in. We're down to 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Mudbugs have a buzzer beater. Uh-oh, Oklahoma back the other way. Great stick there by Case to break it up. Oklahoma now threatening. Taken away, Semengo. Back the other way to DeLulio. He's outnumbered. Oh, a stick got up high on Perrant. Now back the other way along the left side. Here's Gagno, a shot in and out of the glove of Perrin. And the Bugs want to hold it to try to make sure they get a point, and they will. 3-3 game. We will head to 3-on-3 overtime. Both teams get a point. Overtime coming up. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Hey, this is Chet Yoder, voice of the Mudbugs. DeFada and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services has been conducting professional private investigations for over 20 years. They offer a full range of services to both individuals and businesses. Whether you need an investigator for a personal matter like a child custody case, or you suspect an internal theft problem with your business, DeFada and Associates has the experience, training, and knowledge to get you the information you need. Call Jerry today at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case, or visit them online at defadapi.com.
Welcome back. There was a lot of heated words between Perrant and the official, and I believe there's a penalty being assessed on Oklahoma to begin overtime. The door is open on Oklahoma. Things got nasty at the end of regulation. Now, okay. The door was open. Boy, that looked a bit more nastier than it needed to be, and maybe the officials let it slide. Both teams switch sides. Mudbugs will skate out Roberts, Hoagland, and Adams. 3-on-3 overtime for the next 5 minutes. Mudbugs ensure themselves 3 points this weekend. Now trying to make it 4. Both benches on their feet. Hoagland to take the draw, and we're underway here in overtime. Sudden death. Face-off won there by Oklahoma. All about puck possession in overtime. Sorensen will skate it up the ice. Pass too far. It was tipped for Lickness. Out of his net comes Perrin dangerously. And now the Bugs have it. And now Adams will take his time behind his own net. 30 seconds gone by in the extra session. Up ahead there to Hoagland. Hoagland around the right side will push it in. Intercepted there by Kish. Great stick there by Kish, and now Kish will reset. Kish gets it around. Hoagland intercepted there by Roberts. Oh, and bodied off now there by Kish. 2-on-2. Here comes Kish. Worked into the near corner. Dropped off there to Sorensen. Sorensen behind the Bugs net. He works it around the clock through the slot. A snapper and a glove save and a beauty there by Perrin. Perhaps his biggest and greatest save of the game. Keeps us tied at 3 in overtime. Oh, my. Laissez la bon temps rouler. Alexandra Perret. Face-off won there by Oklahoma. Gagnon along the left point. And he'll send it on back there to Perrant. Perrant was the one who had those heated words toward the official at the end of regulation. Worked in deep. Here's Gagnon. He's got DeRosa with him. Gagnon gets taken down there by Burnt. Now a fight for the puck. DeRosa steals it. Now DeRosa works it in through the middle, intercepted, and now the Mudbugs have numbers. Back the other way. They got a 3-on-1. Here's Earhart across, over to Burnt. Shot toward the net. Save made there by Kimbrell. Oh, Earhart can't believe it. They tried to tic-tac-toe that baby, and Kimbrell said no. Oh, the Bugs are going to look at that opportunity. They had a lot of different things they could have done with that one. .322 to go in overtime. Face-off won there by Oklahoma, and now Ronnie Wade's got it. Wade, the cousin of Evan Adams, both very close off the ice, of course. Wade through the middle. Wade skates in. Wade worked it in, got his pocket picked. Oh, what a stick there by Blue to hold it in behind the Bucks net. Blue now will just take it on out over to right. Right's going to glide on back. Boy, he's going to work it all the way back. It looks like Mick Berge wants to make a change, possibly. Parked behind his own cage is Right. Right now will race up the ice along the far side and take a U-turn back. Didn't like what he saw. Sometimes if you don't like what you see, you just take a U-turn back. Looks like Oklahoma's going to get a change here. Played up ahead, intercepted. Can they get onside? They do. Jasser across. Here's Wolf Talby, back to Jasser. Save made, rebound, they score! Mudbugs win! Mudbugs win! Mudbugs win! Jasser slaps it home. Wolf Talby set it up. And the Mudbugs come all the way back from down 3-1 to win this, baby. Claws up. Final score, the Mudbugs 4, the Warriors 3 in overtime. And the Mudbugs get their first serious sweep of the season. Boy, it looked like Kimbrell made the initial save, and on the rebound, Jasser smacked it home for his second goal of the game. Stick around for the Nicky's Mexican Restaurant postgame show. This is Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
For those that have fallen, I say get up. For those that are asleep, I say wake up. For those that are seated, I say rise. It is time. The world needs what we possess. The only hope for a dark world is the light of Jesus Christ. Let your light so shine.
Thank you for tuning in to this Word of God Ministries message.
Welcome back in to George's Pond at Hirsch Coliseum. The Mudbugs are going to do a celebratory stick raise and then take the lap around the pond as they have finally gotten their first series sweep of the season. And this one comes back and comes rather in comeback fashion. The Mudbugs scored the first goal courtesy of Jake Stock. Then Joey DeRosa, Mason Wright, and Bronson Sable scored for Oklahoma. They went up 3-1. Then late in the second, Jared Greiner and Jonah Jasser got the Mudbugs even. Then in overtime, it was Jasser who got the game winner. They made the mistake. They gave it to Wolf Talby. Wolf Talby will get the lead helper on Jasser's go-ahead game-winning goal. What a night for Jasser. Another multi-goal game for the Bugs captain. Final score, the Mudbugs 4, the Warriors 3. Stick around and join us for our next broadcast. Next Friday night, the Mudbugs and the Rhinos back at home for our Wicked theme night. Mudbugs have won 3 in a row. Until next time, have a good night and a better tomorrow as you've been listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey. And as always,